It's Thursday, December 7th. You're listening to Angela on Divinely Connected. I'm here with your daily messages. We have some good vibe cards coming in. I love this. Thursday's energy, I'm just like, "Woo, where'd you come from? I love it. I love it. I feel like we're high energy. I feel like we're well rested. I think there's a little bit of pep in our step. There's also these new opportunities that are presenting itself, and it feels like we're kind of going out of the norm, or we're kind of stepping out of our comfort zone. And I'm like, yes, do it. It feels so good for you to be able to do it. There's a little bit of vulnerability, but not as much as one may expect, right? So we're happy to see this. It says, be bold and courageous, but optimistic. Now is the time to take action. They also pulled the Lover's card. So this is definitely something that is connected to that heart chakra. This can be new loving experiences, new people, places, or things to love. It's something that is close to the matters of the heart. Okay. And I think that's really important. And they just said, listen, trust yourself to make good decisions. Ask yourself while you're making your decision, where is this coming from? Is it me? Is it what I feel is best for me? Or is it ego? And when you make a decision out of ego, it rarely works out in the ways that you want it to. So you need to kind of have that awareness to go in. If you're questioning yourself, if you're questioning yourself about where this decision making process is coming from, ask yourself, okay, do I feel like, is it something that I feel in my heart of hearts that is right for me moving forward? Or is it just something that sounds good, or what other people did, or is going to get me the X, Y, and Z, or you know what I mean? And it's a different feeling, right? You can still, and listen, ego isn't all about um flashy outcomes, right? There are some things that are in your intuitive self that does lead to flashy outcomes. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with flashy outcomes. And what I mean by that is like what? Money, big purchases, job titles. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're not hanging your worth on it, right? And so if you're feeling like, oh, I'm going to go and get this car, or I'm going to go and finance this, or I'm going to take this on because it's going to then make me look like I'm worthy, instead of going, I'm worthy with it or without it. Is this something that I feel is valuable to me? It's a different experience, right? And so there's nothing wrong with having the success and having the material goods. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you are making these decisions from a grounded space versus chasing your worth, or trying to present yourself as something that you're not, or trying to pretend that you are trying to fulfill a role that you are, that you don't feel connected to or feel that you're worthy of, right? And so always having this self-awareness within when we're making these decisions. And I think that's so powerful. I think that sometimes we get ahead of ourselves, or we're wishing and we're wanting. I think then on the other side of things, some people will feel a little bit guilty for having. There's nothing wrong with having, right? There's enough to go around for everyone. um there's this, by you having and having blessings doesn't prevent other people from having blessings. It's all about the intention, and it's all about where it's coming from within you. So asking yourself, okay, why is it that I want this? What is so attractive about this? Right? And if it is something that feels aligned with your true self and your intuitive self, then go for it unapologetically. If it is kind of triggering this ego, and where we're feeling superior or inferior, then there may be needing to do another little bit of a deep dive connected into that. And I know out of my own experience, when I have made decisions out of my ego self, never worked out. It never worked out, right? It's just inauthentic. And that's where we kind of get ourselves in these positions or in these experiences. When you listen to your intuition, you allow your soul to speak you forward, then there are rarely a mistake. You know what I mean? Because you're coming from this centered space. So holding yourself accountable, asking yourself, okay, where's this coming from? Why do I feel so attracted to it? Is it something that is aligned with myself, that I feel is appropriate for me? Or am I chasing something or wanting to be something that I'm not? All right, I'm going to leave that with you. Don't forget to come back tomorrow for tomorrow's daily message.